Hello and welcome to a very special Gundam Battle Operation 2 featuring the EWAC Jegan. And if you're wondering what the abbreviation means, it means Electronic Warfare Anechoic Chamber, though it can mean different things depending on the branch. In game, it is a kind of a stealth unit that can mark units and effectively kind of be an irritating pest. Of course, it's built off the Jegan Type D, so it's a quite capable unit in terms of combat capability, depending on your opinion of the Jegan. In game, it's a 550 and up ground and space capable general with a ballistic resistance of 24, a beam resistance of 16, and a melee resistance of 20. A range strength of 25, a melee strength of 35, and a movement speed of 130. Sorry about that. A thrust gauge of 70, and for parts we have close range of 15, medium of 17, and long range of 8. Interestingly enough, this unit does have one other option for its main range, but we have the Jegan beam rifle. It does about 1,800 damage, it has 6 shots before you need to reload, and a range of 350. Sorry, I'm getting used to Vulcans. But there is one thing I will always say, there is a little bit of downtime between shots, so you have to plan it out when you're taking it of about almost 6 seconds. Of course, the other option you have is the Stark Jegan Hyper Bazooka. Good lord, that name. Which does about 2,500 damage, has 4 shots, and it has a range of 300, about 50 less than the beam rifle. And there is a pause between them, or each shot of 7 seconds. Now, the other thing is, this is probably the easier weapon because most people are going to aim this towards the feet of whoever they're targeting for a lot of people to use. But the counterpoint is a lot of people build to have ballistic resistance, or tend to have in the cost bracket pretty decent ballistic resistance. It's not so much higher up, which might be a reason you want to use it at higher levels when the ballistic resistance comes down. Of course, we have the standard Jegan Beam Saber. It does Jegan Beam Saber things, though if you do the down strike, you do a long kind of flying forward slash, which can catch some people unaware. Then we have Camera Unit, which marks enemies for your team. It's pretty decent, which is the exact same thing the sensor unit does. And of course, we have the waist mounted grenades. They do some pretty decent damage at 800. You have 3 shots, but the range is about 250. I use this to effectively follow up on an attack, or to badger someone or dissuade them. Then we have one of the big parts of this unit, the sensor unit area. It will spot enemies and it will disable their radar within that range, and it can be quite useful. A lot of times I use this so that I can slip around behind an enemy team when they're engaged with mine and try to break up their formation. For skills, we have a gigantic bucket list. Let's go down the line. We have Maneuver Armor, High Performance Balancer, High Spec Ambec Level 2, Melee Combo Controller, Forced Injector, which is always nice, though I wish it was Level 2, High Performance Radar Level 3, Personnel Radar Level 3, Stealth Level 2, which is nice to have, Anti-Jamming Level 1, Marker Level 2. Now be careful, this means that your team can drop a support fire on you, so if you see that, you're not going to outrun the marker for it up until it's getting ready to set in place. So a lot of people let themselves get targeted by their team with a support fire and then push directly into the enemy team. Then we have Precision Analysis System Level 2. It increases the damage against units that you've marked with one of your 2 cameras by 5%. Then we have Special Shoulder Add-on Buffer Level 2, Special Arms Equipment Buffer, Flight Control Program Level 2, Frontline Support System Level 2, and Jamming Level 2. Holy moly, what's my opinion of it? I like this unit. It is an interesting take on trying to make a support general, which is also a sneaky beaky. It's a really good unit. I like it more than pretty much most of the Jegans, to be honest, except for the heavy equipment type. It really plays a lot like the Jetta. So if you like the Jetta with a little bit of stealth on the side and support, this is a unit for you. It can be quite a monster in combat. So let's see how it does in the match.
Hello and welcome everybody. Hope you're having a great beginning of your week. And I'm going to admit that I'm not really a massive fan of the Jegan family of mobile suits. They just never did it for me. And in game, they're really just kind of Mark II kind of suits, so I'm not much of a fan. Nothing against the playstyle, just not my personal favorite. So the EWAC is a little bit different. It does not have a dodge, and it definitely gives a lot of utility options, which I like. And I like anything that can be kind of useful to the team. So we're going to throw out that radar. We're going to spot the Psycho Zaku down here. And we're going to come down to back number 2 up. We're going to come in, take that shot, catch him, get that big knockdown for 5,000 plus damage, take a shot in, let number 2 finish him off, and then maneuver from there. This unit's a great hit and run unit if you can get the chance, though you have to be careful with the camera as you see that it was blocked by number 2. We're going to come in, finish off the unit, but the pilot is just going to bail out. We're going to hit number 4. I'm so sorry for. I keep doing that in this match. Come in, try to get the perfect Gundam, get him with a knockdown, but no real damage. We're going to fire, take out that number 3, or Mark 3, and we're going to maneuver over here, trying to help our team out as much as we possibly can. We're going to fire, hit that guy again, go for the knockdown, but he's going to skid out. And number 5 is going to go in with the big cannon. We're going to switch to the hip-mounted grenades, fire into the floor, and we're going to use a charge just to finish him off at that level of damage. Come over, we're going to flip over to the camera, throw that on the start Jegan, fire, take him out. I should have waited for 4 to take him, but I wanted to make sure he didn't get any like counter or anything out from there. So at this point, I'm going to be throwing my radar back on and pursuing the Mark III a little bit. He's going to duck in, but I'm going to come up behind him, fire, go for the charge pack, take his shield, and put a little extra damage on him. But as you can see, when they have the invincibility rate up, do not waste like your camera on them because it won't work. So we're going to take that hit, but help our guys finish off the Mark III. We're not dead yet, so we're going to switch over to our camera to do a little spotting. We see the Psycho Zaku again. We're going to smack him with that. He has clearly noticed that we exist, and we don't want Senpai to notice us, so we're going to just follow him, miss with our strikes, and go from there. Now, I'm going to maneuver around this because we're close to the same speed. So I'm going to be able to just stay out of his sight, and then come back in from behind, go for the strikes, not quite get that second one, go over to the waist-mounted grenades, fire them into him, come in, finish him off with a stab, once again messing up the Marsai. I'm still sorry. We're going to take the shot, take him out, and we're going to go for the hit here, but we're not going to quite get it on the perfect Gundam. He's not going to fall for some of our tricks. We're going to get a little too aggressive. We're trying to open up some space for the Marsai, but the Marsai is going to get in and unfortunately take some damage. Or, well, get taken out. We're going to push in again. Now we're sandwiched at this point, so we're going to go ahead and just push on the perfect Gundam. And we notice some guys spawn here. We're going to switch over to our radar, get that going. We're going to fire, not hit our target. See the Psycho Zaku's up, maneuver over to the side, and unfortunately, via a combination of tradition and good old beams, be taken out. So there we go. First death. So we're going to spawn in at B. And what we're going to try to do is come around and act as a bit of a disruption. As I'm not sure which of my guys, number 2 is going still. We're going to come in, knock down the Zeku Eins, and we're going to put a little extra damage in, not quite be able to get that melee in, and then we're going to fall back. I wanted to try to peel these 2 off, so I was initially falling back, till 5 showed up. And, well, you know, when a man has that splendiferous of a presence, you have to push with that guy. So I'm going to push up so he doesn't get overwhelmed by these 2 targets, and I'm going to try to keep the Mark III Gundam busy. But we're going to have some trouble with him, not quite get our counter, and we're going to have to back up. We're going to turn, we're going to fire, take out the Zeku Eins, try to get some damage done on this guy, but he's going to hit us with a miracle shot, bam. And we're going to turn to go and help 5 out. We're going to fire, get way too aggressive, but the Marasai is going to smack us. Unfortunately, we're going to get a little too aggressive and smack him down again. It's not a match I'm proud of for how many times I knocked that guy down. But we're going to get that big damage. We're going to pull back, trying to make sure that the Marasai or someone gets that kill. We do not want to be messing up our guys. We want it to be a team experience. And we're going to push up a little bit. Now, I'm fairly low health at this point. I'm seeing some guys pop up behind us. Number 5 is already on the case. We're going to turn, take a shot, and hit that guy in the leg. Get some grenade shots out, but not quite be able to do it. We're going to maneuver up here. I was hoping to basically kind of cut off any problems for 5, but unfortunately we weren't quite capable of doing that. So we're going to use our speed to kind of jam ourselves down here. Now we're going to get pursued pretty heavily by, well, 3 guys who want us very dead for what we've done to them. We're just going to go for a desperation attack and wasting his time. So we're going to maneuver over here, shoot into the Zaku, and get taken out for our 2nd death. So we're going to spawn in at D, and we're going to go right to our radar, flip that on to mark as many of the guys as we can. Then we're going to come over here because we want to drop down behind them. They don't seem to notice us. We're going to take a shot to the Zeku Eins, knock him down, do some big damage, come in. We're going to go right for that, take out the Stark Jegan, Shazam. We're going to get a little bit staggered, but we're going to get overly aggressive and just keep throwing that out there because they really want to overwhelm 5, and I wasn't quite able to save them. I'm going to basically tell so that they over-focus on me, and he's not throwing out extra damage, and just wasting their time. So let's see how we've done. There's our victory pose. Very EWAC. 1 board spot and 2nd place. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.